Hi everyone, my name is Sydney and today I'm going to be doing a Christmas book haul for you guys. So for those of you who don't know what that means, I'm going to be telling you the books that I got from my friends and family for Christmas. I just want to put a disclaimer here as well that I don't want this video to be like I'm bragging about all these books that I got. I want it to be a expression of how excited I am to read these books and how grateful I am to my friends and family for giving me these books that I am so excited to read. So without further ado, I'm going to go into them. I'm going to start off with a massive book which I'm kind of intimidated to read, but I've heard so many good things that this is one of the books that I cannot wait to read. This book is called Shantaram by Gregory David Roberts, and this book is beautiful. It is so stunning, but look how big it is. I was freaking out about Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas, and looking at this book, it's like, what were you freaking out about, Sidney? Because that is nothing compared to this. This is nearly 1,000 pages, and I am so excited to read this book. So I got this book from my brother, and this book I believe is about someone, a convict from Australia who escapes to India, and he goes through a lot of things like being tortured. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what it's about. One of my friends actually recommended this book to me. A lot of people have said amazing things about this, and so looking at it, it kind of freaks me out, but knowing that it's amazing just makes it so much better. Shantaram is not so much a mirror as a mirror ball, spinning with relentless drive, dazzling but ungraspable, and again audacious, gloriously audacious. Ooh. I'm very excited to read this book because it's about India, and I really want to go to India one day. India is like one of the top countries that I really want to, and this year there were so many things that was telling me that I need to go, especially last year there were a lot of things that were influencing me, telling me that I really need to go to this place, and I still haven't been, so I'm very much like, I really need to go. The next book is called A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. I'm not sure if that's how you say it. So this book I've heard so many things about. You probably have seen the cover of the man's face on it, which is probably the most popular cover. And a lot of people have been talking about this book. And again, this is a book which is pretty big. It's around 750 pages, I believe, but I've heard so many amazing things about this book.
Mum's back. She got a haircut. Say yes. Yell down yes. Yes. Yes.
Can I leave that in? It's really good.
If it was funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read the blurb for you guys. Yes. When four classmates from a small Massachusetts college move to New York to make their way, they are broke, adrift, and buoyed only by their friendship and ambition. There is kind, handsome Willem, an inspiring actor, JB, a quick-witted, sometimes cruel painter pursuing fame in the art world, Malcolm, a frustrated architect at a prominent firm, and withdrawn, brilliant, enigmatic Jude, who serves as their center of gravity. Over the decades, their relationships deepen and darken, tinged by addiction, success, and pride. You may have just heard my brother sneeze, and that was really funny. Yet their greatest challenge each comes to realize is Jude himself. By midlife, a terrifyingly talented lawyer, yet an increasingly broken man, his mind and body scarred by an unspeakable childhood, and haunted by a degree of trauma that he fears he will not only be unable to overcome, but that will define his life forever. So I got this book from my dad. The next book that I also got from my dad was called The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. Again, I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but oh my gosh, How beautiful is this cover? So this book sounds incredibly beautiful. I am so excited to read it, and my dad was telling me that there is actually a movie of this, so I'm excited to read the book and then watch the movie, because apparently the movie was very good. So Amir and Hassan grow up together in Kabul. Amir in the beautiful house his father built, filled with marble, gold, tapestries and mosaics. Hassan in the modest mud hut in the servants' quarters. The two are inseparable, and when 12-year-old Amir is desperate to win the local kite fighting tournament, his loyal friend promises to help him. But neither boy can predict what will happen to Hassan that afternoon as the kites soar over the city, and how it will change their lives forever. And I love that this is the quote they chose on the back of the book. The first of the defeated kites whirled out of control. They fell from the sky like shooting stars with brilliant, rippling tails showering the neighborhood. Doesn't that sound just so descriptive and freaking stunning? It sounds stunning. And I'm so happy that this is such a different culture that I've never read into before, as well as the other book, which is about India. I'm really excited to read this. This book was actually recommended to me by my friend Tan as well as Shantaram, and I just want to say thank you for recommending those books to me, because I may or may not have written a list of books that I wanted for Christmas, and my dad went and bought this one, and then my brother bought the other one. Thank you. I'm so excited to read them. Okay, the next one I'm quite hyped up about, because so many people have read this book and I'm really late on the bandwagon. What really enforced me to want to read this book was a book that I read recently called Once by Morris Glitzman, and it was such a beautiful book about Nazi Germany. It made me want to read more about that, because that is part of our history that is so... It's talked about, but it's talked about in a way that you don't want to know more about it. I remember when I was a kid and we read The Boy in Striped Pajamas in our English class, I remember I was so traumatized by it because I had no idea this was going on back in our past. I had no idea this happened, and I was thinking to myself, what the actual fuck? How the hell did this happen? Like, where is our humanity? I just wanted to read another book from that era, and so my dad also got me this book, The Book Thief by Markus Zusak, and I shit you not, I am so excited to read this book because I have heard so many beautiful things about it, and it's very interesting because it is coming from the point of view of a Nazi Germany. It is 1939 Nazi Germany. The country is holding its breath. Death has never been busier and will become busier still. Oh, I have chills, I don't like it. By her brother's graveside, Liesel's life is changed when she picks up an object partially hidden in the snow. It is the grave digger's handbook, and it is her first act of book thievery. Oh my god, it just sounds so freaking good already. So begins a love affair with books and words as Liesel learns to read. Soon she is stealing books from Nazi book burnings, the mayor's wife's library, wherever there are books to be found. Holy shit, girl, you are fucking brave. But these are dangerous times, yeah, no shit. When Liesel's foster family hides a Jewish fist fighter in their basement, Liesel's world is both opened up and closed down. Award-winning author Markus Zusak has given us one of the most enduring stories of our time. Oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna cry already. Okay, let's move on. So the next two books are from my best friend and her family, and they are so sweet. So this book is called Friends Are Forever, and I think it's by a lady called Marci. And this book is super cute. It's super cute. It has a little like quotations and illustrations. We share a special connection, our bond is everlasting, and it's just so cute. It's so beautiful. I'm so glad we have each other. I'm so glad we have each other too. Oh, I love them. I love my best friend. I love her family. Our friendship was meant to be. Oh my god, this is so cute. Oh my god. And this book was from my best friend. It's called Ganesha's Sweet Tooth by Sanjay, Patel and Emily Haynes. It is so cute. Look at this elephant. Oh my god. And this is actually from Ishka. It's a little kid's book, and the illustrations, they are just super stunning. Like, look at this. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to read this. I love that she got me this. Oh my god, it's so cute. The elephant has like the biggest eyes I've ever seen in my life, and it just makes me like, it's so cute. So the next two books are from my brother. This is a different brother. I have two brothers. One is 2 years older than me and the other is 10 years older than me. Fun facts if you wanted to know. So the brother who is 2 years older than me got me Shantaram, and then my brother who is 10 years older than me, I am going to list the two books that he got me. So the first one is called Why We Broke Up by Daniel Handler and art by Mayra Kalman. And this is a book that I've wanted to read for a while now, because this year I went through a breakup and it made me quite sad because it was the shittest timing ever. Like, boy, you picked the shittest timing, just saying. But anyway, we're moving on from that. And I just wanted to read something along those kind of lines, because you always read a book that's just about people getting together, basically. Like, there's a lot of romantic books out there and you don't really see the side where people just break up and that's it, they never see each other again. You don't really hear that kind of point. Either it's boring or people don't want to read that maybe, or it's not as popular to read. But I think it's interesting because we go through that. So many of us go through that, and I think it's very comforting to actually read someone go through that. I think, and having a book that is about that, I think is quite beautiful and relatable. So I was very excited that my brother picked this off my list. And this book is awesome. So it's about this girl, and she has a box filled with these things and puts them on her ex-boyfriend's doorstep, and he goes through them. And in a way, the story of how they broke up. So it's very interesting how it's written, because in a way it's kind of like a letter to her ex-boyfriend while he's like looking at each of the things. The last and final book is called The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell, and I couldn't be more excited to frickin' read this book. But also, the cover is the most stunning cover I have ever seen in my entire life. Like, it is frickin' beautiful. The colors, there's some blue and red in there, and just, oh my god, I'm dying. Like, I don't know if you guys know, but I love fantasy. I think if there's any genre that I had to say was my favorite, and that I could only read this genre for the rest of my life and no other genres, it would have to be fantasy, high fantasy. I frickin' love it. Witches, vampires, shadow hunters, all that shit, I frickin' love, like love. And this book is awesome because it's about magicians. I'm gonna read the blurb for you guys if you don't know what it's about. In modern day New York, magic is all but extinct. Oh my god, what? The remaining few have an affinity for magic, the magus, live in the shadows hiding who they are. Any magus who enters Manhattan becomes trapped by the brink, a dark energy barrier that confines them to the island. Crossing it means losing their power and often their lives. Esther is a talented thief, and she's been raised to steal magical artifacts from the sinister order that created the brink. With her innate ability to manipulate time, Esther can pilfer from the past, collecting these artifacts before the order even realizes she's there. And all of Esther's training has been for one final job, traveling back to 1902 to steal an ancient book containing the secrets of the Order and the Brink before the magician can destroy it and doom the magus to a hopeless future. But old New York is a dangerous world ruled by ruthless gangs and secret societies, a world where the very air crackles with magic. Nothing is as it seems, including the magician himself, and for Esther to save her future, she may have to betray everyone in the past. Oh my god, I'm so excited to read this book. Here we go. These are the books. Oh my god. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we are on the lucky number again, 8. I love 8. And I'm so excited to be going into 2018 because I know that I'm not the only one here saying I cannot freaking wait to go into a new year because I am ready for a new year, a new start, a new beginning, new things, a new bloody year. And I'm happy that it has the number 8 in it because I'm hoping it will be beautiful and lucky and wonderful. If you've read these books, please let me know what you thought of them, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, so as usual, bye! Oh my god, I hope I don't drop these books. Bye!